Hey y'all, so I just want to start off by saying please give this video a like. That'd be very highly appreciated. Also, shout out to the Diamond Life 888, who is another YouTuber on here who sat through and recorded the whole live. So shout out to that person. Y'all, I will have the video link down below. Please click that video and watch it if you want to go ahead and watch his full live. She had it listed in her channel, so I'll have that link down below. But with that being said, go ahead and enjoy the rest of the video. And this is just my opinion on it. Do not take it personal. This is just how I feel about the situation. And once again, this is all allegedly because we don't know 100% the truth because we weren't in the room with them when it all happened. All we're hearing is from two different sides. And this is just my opinion from what I'm seeing on both sides. So give this video a like and keep on watching. Hey y'all, so I stumbled across Cinco's live about Brooklyn Frost and basically what he went through throughout the whole relationship. And I really do feel for him. Like, there's a lesson, like males go through this stuff, okay? Males really do go through this stuff. And then we wonder, when they become assholes and treat females all types of ways. We asked, like what happened? Like, why are you like this? This be part of the reason why. Is because of these bitches. Because of these females. This part of the reason why is because of these females. So we have Cinco, who went on live the other day. Rightfully so, especially if somebody is putting something on you like abuse. Domestic abuse in this day and age, it's really a big thing. Like, something like that could really mess up your career. I mean, but to be honest, a career that you're in, like, the cancel culture ain't real. Like, it's not that serious in this industry, in the influencer world. When people are canceled, they're not actually canceled. It's not as serious as if you were a doctor and that charge, you were hit with that charge. Like, you're losing your job. Like, it's different. With this social media, he can always rock back. But it's still the principle behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't have to go on this internet and lie on the man like that. Because then you also have those people that are going to stop supporting him because of that. You do have those people that are going to do that. You know what I'm saying? It will die down eventually. Blah, 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 blah. Especially if he didn't come out and clear out his name. It would have took some time, but it would have died down. But what I like about Cinco, he came out and he spoke about it. So he went live the other day, basically talking about the situation with Brooklyn, their whole toxic ass relationship, which that's what their relationship gives. It gives very toxic. Like, you can kind of tell from the back and forth that they've done, where they post stuff and then deleted it. They break up and get back together. It's always back and forth with them. So you can kind of tell that their relationship had already ran their course, especially if you're doing the back and forth stuff, back and forth. It's either it gets better or it gets worse. And seeing as it kept them going back and forth, it was kind of just like, when are they going to break up? When is it going to be done? For real, for real. For Cinco, it was her having sex with another man, which I guess Brooklyn was lying about the whole entire time, which is what really killed the relationship. Because it's like, okay, you could have been honest with me. I would have felt the way that I felt. But your honesty behind it would have been like, okay, like, you were honest and we weren't together. But they were together, actually. So I can't even say that. They were together. From what Cinco said, they were very so together. He was watching her interact with other boys and how she would, be flirting, but calling that person her brother. And it's like, well, for someone to be your brother, that's not how you like, why is he smacking your butt in this video? That's not how a brother treats a sister. That's not even, come on. The math ain't mathin'. And I saw, like, that time period where she was hanging out with those boys and they was living with her or whatever. I saw that time period and I honestly thought Cinco and her weren't together. Like, from the outsider looking in, I would have never thought or knew that they were in a relation, or that she was in a relationship. The way that Brooklyn was moving, she was moving very single. So, you know what I'm saying? He didn't really specify if they were taking a break when it all happened? Like, did she literally cheat on him? He didn't really go in debt. But that's what it all kind of is stirring up to. Like, they was in a relationship. He was on the outside looking in as well, like all of us, seeing the same shit that we was seeing. And I didn't even know they was in a relationship. Had no clue. I thought they was broken up, right? Because the way she was moving, it made it seem like she was single. But nah, like, he had to watch all that stuff while being in a relationship with Shawty, and, you know, I guess he wasn't supposed to trip. It's all for content. You know, he's just my brother. Don't worry about it. The whole time, don't know when, but they was fucking on each other. They was having sex. And it's so crazy. That's why I'd be like, I don't ever, like, when I have kids, I don't ever want them to look up to anybody on the internet. If I'm not an example for my child, then, you know what I'm saying, like, I shouldn't have even became a parent. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I can't be a good example for my child, to where my child is looking on the internet and choosing these people as examples and becoming a part of the bullshit, that's what Brooklyn has turned into. Because I remember, I'm not saying she was innocent, but younger Brooklyn, miss saving myself from marriage, and, you know what I'm saying, like, she seemed like she had a good head on her shoulder. You know what I'm saying? When she got with Jay Cinco after the whole Delane situation, I was happy for her. You know, I was happy for her. I was like, okay, like, you know, she's doing it. You could tell just by, from an outsider looking in, that he was a good man. Like, y'all could be like, oh, you know, like, you know, but, you know, them street niggas, no, true, but a lot of them are also not like that. Like, I've met some pretty respectful gentlemen, like hood men. Like, they not really as bad as I feel like people portray them, or even sometimes how they look. Because sometimes you hood mugs, y'all be looking y'all be looking like y'all part of the action. Like, I'm not, you know, like, you would put hands, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, Jay Cinco do look like the type. But just because someone looked like that does not mean that they are that way. And from watching him on her YouTube channel, like, I can honestly say, like, he seemed like a really good man. Like, honestly, like, the type for a woman to settle down with and get married with. Like, he seemed like the type that, you know, Brooklyn, if that's really what she wanted, she was too young, obviously. But if that's really what she wanted, she could have settled down with him. But she wasn't ready. You know, she's young. She's still experiencing life. Maybe that serious of a relationship, she wasn't ready for it. She just really wasn't ready for that. You know what I'm saying? She want to have fun and do this and that, which is why they was on and off all the time, on and off. That's why she went ahead and fucked somebody else, because it was just like she wants you, like, you know, y'all have heard this saying multiple times: right person, wrong time. That's exactly what it is for their situation. I feel like he's the right person. It's just the wrong time. She's young. She's experimenting life. She's just learned. Like, she's just been ripped out the plastic. You remember that song, Rip Me Out the Plastic? Oh, Rip Me Out the Pussy, I've been acting brand new. Whatever. That song she came out with, I don't understand why that terminology, but hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you, boo? You know what I'm saying? I never listened to it, but that's what she's releasing out into the internet, into the interworld, being like everybody else, talking about they vagina this and they vagina that, and like, I just don't understand this generation. And that's crazy, because I am a part of this generation, but I still will never understand it. I just don't understand why it's all about that. Like, why we always just talking about that, like, rip you out the pussy, you've been acting brand new. Like, what is that even? What? Girl, you was ripped out when you was fresh out, when you was young. Like, you was already ripped out. What you talking about? You ripped me out the P word, I've been acting brand new. And I heard that was just shook it. Not Brooklyn. She's so different from when she first was portrayed on the internet. And it's crazy because a lot of us know her because of Deshae Frost. You know, which is why it blew me when Jay Cinco was talking about how she had went off on her brother, talking about you're a B and he make more money than you. Talking about, I guess, one of the men she had, or one of the boys she had brought to her mom's birthday party. I guess she had brought some stranger to her mom's birthday party, and Deshae Fox was like, why you just bringing this random nigga to my mom's birthday party? And I guess that Brooklyn was like, oh, well, he make more money than you, and you a bitch, and all that extra bull crap, while sleeping on a man's couch. Like, you sleep in this man's house. You are who you are because of him. Like, none of us would know who Brooklyn Frost is if it wasn't for Deshae Frost. We already know that. Like, none of us would know who the hell, who is she without him. You know what I'm saying? He put her name out there, making those little vlogs when she was younger and being bratty, which, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all remember that? I remember it. When I was watching Deshae Frost, my introduction to Brooklyn was through him. I didn't even know who she was. And I think that's something, like, as well with Brooklyn, like, she let it get to her head, like, you know, because she got, like, you know, some clout, which isn't, I guess she got some clout. Her brother is Deshae Frost, who hangs out with this person and that person. Deshae Frost is known, so you know what I'm saying, like, her brother's Deshae Frost. She balling, you know what I'm saying? She got her own stuff going. Just basically let that fame shit get to her head. Not humble, none of that stuff. And it showed when he was saying how she would interact with his family. You know what I'm saying? Just literally stuck up vibes. And I've been around those females, like, especially if you're from Cali. Like, Cali people already act bougie when we go out of state. People be like, oh my God, y'all so bougie. For you to be from Cali, you sitting there and somebody sitting in front of your face and acting stuck up and shit, like, that's different. That's a different, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter where you're from in Cali. People, it don't matter where you're from Cali. If people come, you'll go out of state, or people will come in and be like, y'all bougie. Y'all act weird. How you come out here and out weird, motherfucker? How you come and live out here and out weird everybody else out here? Because we already get that a lot. I don't think she from out here, right? I don't think she a Cali girl. I think she from somewhere else. But, you know, she been living out here for a while, so maybe it's been getting to her head. You know, she got Hollywood on everybody. I just think she's wrong, period. Like, you don't lie on somebody. That's something really serious. Because even though in this social media day and age, it doesn't really affect people for real, it's still something that nobody would want on them. Nobody would want somebody to sit there and lie and be like, he beat on me. Like, that's not something that anybody would want themselves to be portrayed as, a woman beater. Regardless of if he loses fans or not. This is still his character, an attack on his character. You know what I'm saying? That's not something even cool to lie about. I put that up to lying. It's up there to me. It's up there to me as lying about being raped. Like, that's some whole shit. Like, females do that. When things don't go their way, they will put a whole assault charge on a man. Females will do that. Females will do that. That's not okay, though. That is not okay. That is wrong. For you to be with a man for money. For your mom to have that boy under contract like that. That's where he really, like, he should have never let that happen. There should have never been a contract involved, ever. Why are you letting them dip into your paycheck? You work hard for your money. There's a lot of stuff to address. I can't even figure out which topic I want to talk about. I can't stick to one topic because there's so much. I 100% believe Cinco, 100%. Especially when I watched her live video and her response to it. It kind of furthermore proved, like, she was so worried about her character and how her character was being destroyed and how people were looking at her and he's ruining her life because people are looking at her differently. Like, that's all she was really worried about, was her character being tarnished. She never denied that it wasn't true. I don't think I heard her. I only saw like a small clip of it because I didn't watch her actual live. Be honest, I didn't watch it. I don't think I was able to even find the full video on YouTube. I was only able to find like a 5-minute clip, and the 5-minute clip was just her talking and ranting about how it's ruining her life and how it's ruining her character and how he's making her look like a bad person. And I don't ever want to talk about it again. And Jace, none of that on my channel no more. Like, she never really denied it. And just the way she was moving, more so like this is gonna ruin my character. Like, she cared more about her character than the actual human being that was involved and that was hurt from the situation. Like, I don't know. He has every reason to be hurt. He has every reason to be hurt. Especially after everything, like, that contract, like, the fact that he was under contract, money being taken from him every month to deal with that. I'd be pissed. You mean to tell me your mom's, like, I pay for this every month. I pay for you to act like this every month. I still take you out to dinner. I still do all the other stuff that I do for you. Like, she wasn't really, like she said, like, she wasn't really in it for the relationship. It was more for clout. Which is why she moved with the other guy the way she moved with the other guy, for clout. And I'm happy that it's all coming out now, because I feel like Cinco has been very, very quiet about it. I believe that she was hitting on him. I 100% believe it. I don't doubt it at all. She just seems like the type, like, she gives off that energy. Like, I ain't gonna cap, like, 5150. She gives off the energy like one of those girls that will hit on you, beat on you, call you out your name, do all the extra stuff, and then want to play victim. They want to cry about it and cross their arms and put their head down and cry. It's like, you just beat on me, you did all that extra stuff, now you want to play victim? Go on with all that. I will never condone it. I'm a female and I'm a girl's girl, but I don't condone stuff like that. I just will never, ever, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if a victim is a victim, whether it's male or female, a victim is a victim. I don't think that they would be messing with Cinco at all if he was actually the way that he was. Like, I don't really see that being a thing. Like, I don't see any of them, like Deshae or his friend, anybody really messing with him if they didn't know, you not as, like, it's toxic. Like, we know it's not all the way you. Like, you might, even if you did put your hands on her, like like she shouldn't have put her hands on you, period. Like, they know how Brooklyn get. She kind of gave off brat energy. Like, she a brat. She always been a brat since she was a kid. It was always given that, like a spoiled brat. And I think she's upset, crying on the internet now because nobody's taking her side. It was like Team Cinco. Spoiled brats ain't used to that. Spoiled brats are used to people taking their side. Spoiled brats are used to being able to twist stuff their way and make themselves look like they're squeaky clean and they ain't doing nothing wrong. There's a lot of spoiled brats can do that. They're really good at it. And let's talk. I don't even want to get into the mama. It makes sense about the mama. And I've been saying this ever since the beginning, watching the mom. Like, she just been too cool. She's too cool. Too cool. Like, are you... My mom would never. There was some stuff that I watch and I'd be like, what? Like, ain't no way. Like, this ain't normal for, like, an adult to allow this stuff to be going on and happening. Ain't no way. But yeah, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna post this one because it's all over the place. I gotta Like, figure out, it's too much going on. I probably have to refilm this. I'm about to start working like 30 minutes. So I gotta review all of this and figure out like if I want to add stuff or take stuff out. I don't know yet, but we gonna review it and figure out what we gonna do. But the situation is crazy, and I 100% believe Cinco. I don't even doubt it for a second. Like, she could come out with whatever she want to come out with and say whatever she want to say. But yeah, it's not a good look for her. It really isn't a good look for her. Like, I can't stand females like that either. Like, I don't even know if I can really support her. I wasn't really supporting her like crazy already. Like, I wasn't buying her little tracks. I wasn't doing none of that stuff. Wasn't even listening to them. But I would watch her videos every once in a while when it came on my For You page. I'm pretty sure on one of my channels, I got more than one channel. I'm subscribed to one from one of my channels, but it's gonna be unsubscribed. Cause yeah, that's I don't condone that. That's something I don't condone. I don't condone people coming on the internet lying on somebody, talking about domestic abuse, especially if it was true, especially if you hit first. Especially if you hit first. Now, you have no right. I don't think it's right for a man to put his hands on a female, but sometimes you females be pushing it. Like, why would you first off put your hands on a female? I mean, on a male. And not expect for your shit to get rocked back. Like, we're human. Male or female, we're all human. We all react. Of course, we should all have self-control. But since that is the case, you should be hitting on him because you should have self-control. Like, don't hit on a male and not expect for him to hit you back. Because I don't care. Like, I will always say, like, I'm going to teach my son to respect women. Always. Try to de-escalate the situation. Man, my son's not going to be a punk. I'm not going to have my son out here being a punk. Being punked on by a female. I'm going to let him know before you even get domestic, you need to leave. Like, forget all the bull. Like, you can be so in love with a person, but if something ain't right for you, it ain't right for you. Like, how is this love? If somebody really loved you, they wouldn't be putting their hands on you. If somebody really loved you, they wouldn't be putting you through the stuff that they put you through. If somebody really loved you, like, they're not gonna be breaking up with you and getting back to like arguing with you, being mad for no reason. Like, that's not love. That's actually annoyance. Like, I'm annoyed. That's something I would do if I'm annoyed with a nigga. Like, I don't even want to be in your space. Like, you're annoying. I just kind of keep you around because you pay the bills, which is what the case was for them, because he was under contract with her mom. That's mind-blowing to me. That is so mind-blowing to me. Like, you got this boy under contract. Y'all taking money out of his pocket every month. That's just messed up. Was he even helping his career out any? You just got him under contract, so you just taking money from him because he's with your daughter? Who is she again? I don't know. Who is she again? Like, stop. Yeah, act like he dating somebody actually important. Like, you realize Brooklyn is a regular smuggler girl. She's just known. She's just known because her brother is Deshae Frost and he's an influencer. And she posts on YouTube and TikTok. So by default, she falls into that category too. But none of us, once again, would know who she is if it wasn't for her brother. She's just a regular schmegler girl. She's pretty, don't get me wrong, she's pretty. But she gonna be just like everybody else trying to rise up to the top. The reason why she got there was because her brother is Deshae Frost. Literally. The reason why she puts herself on a pedestal or she thinks she's that girl is because she got a little clout. I can't stand females like that. Because you're really not that girl. Like, you're really not that girl like you think you are. You're really not. At all. You're just known as somebody's little sister. That's facts. Like, that's literally it. That's the reason why everybody want to be friends with you. That's the reason why you get the men that you... Because everybody want to get into the circle. But it's not the circle you created. It's the circle your brother created. They want to be next to him and not you. It's not. You know what I'm saying? The girl is insecure. It's always been obvious. She's insecure. Very insecure. But that's not how you move towards people who actually care for you. And it actually shows that they care for you. That's not how you move. You could tell the relationship was had already fizzled out and ran its course. You could kind of tell. And I wasn't inside the relationship, so I don't know. Like, you know, he's saying his side of the story and she's saying his. But a lot of times it'll be like, okay, it'll be that, like the lack of communication. Like y'all communicate so good online, but when the doors is closed, y'all don't know how to communicate. It's really sad. It's really, really sad. Like, did he ever express all this to her face? Word for word, verbatim, the way he did on live? Did he express this? Did he open his heart up to her and let her know how he felt? I don't know. Like, it's so crazy. People will not know how to communicate when it's them together, but when they away from each other and he or she is sitting in front of the camera, all of a sudden they know how to express themselves 100%. Like, it was like, here you are, like in front of a camera expressing yourself to us about how you feel and how you felt. Did you talk to her about it? And then if you did and her reaction wasn't the reaction that you know you deserve, you should have left. So I can't 100%, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you could have broke up the relationship. You didn't have to be with her, but you chose to be with her willingly because you loved her so much. But if someone's putting you through all that stuff, it don't matter how much you love them, obviously it's one-sided. You should look at yourself in the mirror and know that you don't deserve that. You don't deserve it. So why even put yourself through that? Unless you also were enjoying the come up that you was getting from being with Brooklyn. Come on now. Come on now. Let's be for real. Come on. Like, I mean, you're not going to outright say that, but you did enjoy it, which is why you stuck around for so long. Because ain't no way a female putting her hands on me, doing everything that they can to basically get me out the picture, and I'm going to still stick beside them. Absolutely not. Like, as soon as a nigga put their hands on me, it's game over. You think I'm ever going back? It might have been an accident, but that could happen again. Like, if a nigga did it before, like, what makes you think he ain't gonna do it again? What makes you think he hasn't done it before you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Once a relationship gets to a certain point with me, like, I'm not even gonna deal with it. Like, it's not even worth it. Like, my happiness comes before anything. My happiness, my self-respect, boundaries that you've crossed multiple times. I can't deal with stuff like that. That's just me personally. I have boundaries, and once they crossed, depending on the boundary, I just can't. Because, like, we can communicate about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really didn't like that. Like, I just don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like how you moving with that. Like, I don't like how you moving. Like, that's not what I'm, like, you're crossing something that I never, like, I don't tolerate that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could talk to, and then once they don't care, they disrespect that conversation and they go out and do it again. It's like, yeah, nah, like, you obviously don't care. You don't respect me. You don't care. You don't respect me. Because if you actually respect and love me, you wouldn't have done that. You wouldn't have moved that way. Because we just talked about it. It's like you did it in spite of the conversation we had. I can't deal with that. Because you don't respect me. And I can't trust you. Boom. Relationship's over. Because once there's no trust, there is no relationship. Once there's no trust, there's no relationship at this point. Y'all just holding on to something. But yeah, y'all, like, how do y'all feel about the Cinco and Brooklyn situation? Y'all let me know down below. I'd like to hear y'all opinions on this whole situation. Who do you believe in this situation? What do y'all think? Let me know down below. All right. Bye-bye.